Like you said on the thing, why I fuck with the video, I think a lot of people fuck with the video is like, they want you to hold a certain belief pattern. If you black, like, okay, there's a black business, I'm about to go over there. And it's like, don't matter my service is shitty, how my staff talk to you, it doesn't matter. And if I support you, if I patronize you, if I come to your business and I actually buy something from you, I'm reinforcing bad behavior. Because what's going to make you change? If you're not going to look internally, what's going to make you change? Yeah. My biggest thing is, one of the things about my content, why I talk about a lot of these ideas and concepts, because I remember reading the book, The 8 Pillars of Prosperity. Yeah. And why I love the 8 Pillars of Prosperity is because they talk about 8 principles in there that everybody needs. Yeah. And when you look at those principles, you're like, damn, if you really master these principles, you would be. And I'll say what they are really quickly. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to go through all of them, but I do want to key on one. But they were energy, economy, integrity, systems, which fucking me up, right? Yeah. It was sincerity, sympathy, impartiality, and self-reliance. So I look at a lot of those pillars and I say, damn, right? Energy, that's massive action. Like, get the energy to get up and do. If you don't have energy to do shit, nothing happens. You ever ran into that person that's talking fast? He's talking fast. Yeah. They're just ready to go. Like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, they're just ready to go. Like, they got the energy. They got that like, and for some strange reason, you don't realize why you want to be around them, because they give you it's a different hit. It's a different ball of energy. It's like, whoa, what the fuck was this? You know what I'm saying? That's that energy. Though. That's the first thing you need. That's why massive action was the key for me, right? If you don't have the ability to get up and go, that's why I used to be getting up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, just ready to go. Like right now, I got a good routine. We hit the gym. I got a good routine. I wake up early in the morning. I'm ready to go in the morning. I'm gonna match you in there pretty soon. All I need them to do, is get that steam room back open. Room, just open it. Why? Can downtown? Can y'all please tell us, man? Please. Open up the steam room. That's all I ask. Thank you. Okay, bet. The other one, too, was economy, but they're not talking about just money. It was 7 things they talk about that you need to balance. Things like work and play. I've had problems with that in the past, balancing work and play. Yeah. They talked about balancing money, how you dress. There's just 7 different principles, right? Yeah. And these things weren't in the hood that I saw. Like, people weren't really balancing, like, okay, I'm being careful about what I dress and stuff like this. And, of course, man, if you got it, fuck it, spend it. I'm not one of those. If you got money, do what the fuck you want to do. I'm not telling you, if you running it up, like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't spend like that. That's some other shit. Yeah, Integrity. There's like, basically, that's why credit exists in the world. Because if all business people, because a lot of people like, every business person's a crook. If all business people was crooks, credit wouldn't exist. Yeah. Because you would be like, shit, I'm not giving fucking money to somebody, asking them to pay me back if they're not going to pay back. Exactly. I'm pretty sure, I know people scam the shit, but what I'm saying, there's a lot of people who do pay their credit back. Exactly. And that's why we pay our shit back. That's why our credit is high as fuck right now. Systems. Now, when I heard this was like the moment for me, just broke my shit all up, right? Yeah. It was 2 examples they gave that just fucked me up. One example that was like, he's like, I know a man who can leave his business for 12 months and everything will run the same, down to the little boy sweeping in his shops. I was like, damn. And he's like, if you commit shit to memory, paper, have a system, something that's repeatable for everybody. That was hard. And then this is the other example they gave. I said, damn, I never thought about that. They said, if you want to know the power of systems, think about it like this. Right now we're talking, right? Mm-hmm. We're speaking English. English is a language that is governed by a couple rules that everything, every piece of art, every piece of literature, every movie you've ever watched, every rap song you ever heard, every lyric is based on a system with 26 characters, A to Z. That's it. And which then makes up those words, which makes up those jingles, which is a system. Yeah. And we can communicate with you right now based on this system. Mm-hmm. Look at how elaborate it can be. Ideas we can convey based on a simple system based on 26 characters. That's it. Take it one step further. All the mathematics that put this building together, the mathematics in this camera, shit that launches shit to the moon and shit like that, is based on a system with only 10 characters, 0 to 9. Man, you'd be surprised. You can go way deeper than that, I know, if you wanted to. Yeah, that's but the point was, it just blew my mind. I was like, systems it's like the language of God to me. Yeah, that's all it is. I can't explain it to me. It's like, a business is systems. That's all it is. A good business, you're like, oh, that's a good business because of systems. Mm-hmm. It's like, what's the difference between your business and Amazon? A shit ton of systems. That's it. So when you get
literally it though.
When you go deeper, they said those first 4 pillars.
And time, you know what I'm saying, and time.
But you get more time with systems.
Yeah, I'm saying
got your man in India.
Time, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Of course, you know time put into it. They.
Oh, you mean like you start now? Yeah, of course.
Start out 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah, of course. So if you just starting off, Amazon took a long time to build.
Exactly. But it's built off systems.
Yeah. The next one was sincerity, I believe. Right? Yeah. So sincerity was basically being honest in all your dealings with people.
Yes, just having that.
And then authenticity, like we're talking about. This episode is a very authentic episode because we're expressing our ideas.
Think about that though, man. Write these down honestly, and then go look at all of like somebody that you really, really enjoy looking at. Somebody that you really, really like. You fuck with them, like you really like. Man, I rock with this person.
Yeah.
And then look at those 8 pillars of prosperity, man. You'll be surprised. You'll be like, damn.
You'll be shocked.
You'll be super shocked.
Yeah.
Then you can even take those and evaluate yourself and tweak them. You know
That's what I do.
Yeah.
The next one was, so we just had sincerity. Oh, sympathy. And what I think when they meant sympathy, this is an older book. So I don't think the word empathy had really came out yet. So it wasn't like because you got like sympathy, empathy, those type of words. I don't think it had really made mainstream or it had been invented, the term.
Yeah.
So I think this is what he was trying to say, which was having empathy, which is the ability to see other people's perspective.
Put yourself in other people's shoes.
Exactly.
That's a super power.
Man.
Yo, like this is a great example. Like I saw a post about somebody talking about this, but like just being in college, emceeing at different events, you always crowd around a lot of people. Somebody's going to step on you. Somebody's going to shove you. Somebody's
step on your shoes.
Yeah. You just put yourself in other people's shoes. It's so hard to do this. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you come from a particular background.
That's a pillar of prosperity.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you just put yourself in other people's shoes. Okay, maybe this person is moving fast. They got pushed.
Maybe they got bumped. They got bumped.
Maybe they got bumped. That's why they bumped me. That's immediately my first thoughts. I had to switch my mind over to shit like that. But that's now like immediately one of my first thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
When we was in that house, that's one of the big things we talked about, right? That's one thing we kept going back to is just being able to see that from that person's perspective, you could be thinking one thing and they like, hell no, I wasn't thinking that.
I wasn't even thinking that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every time somebody does something outrageous to you, it could be a stranger literally came up to me. It was definitely like one of the I think it was a guy that was like living on the streets outside downtown. He came up to me and just said some outrageous shit. But I could have definitely responded with some more outrageous shit, but I immediately processed it like, bro, just dealing with a lot of shit today. Like, because why else would you walk up to somebody random and do some random shit like what you just did? You have to be experiencing something different. So I'm going to have some empathy for you. And I'm not even about to raise my tone. I'm not even about to give this any energy because I understand. You know what I'm saying? I get where I understand where you're at. You can even take this to some people that's in your current life right now, people that's near you that you probably can't understand why they do certain stuff.
Yeah.
But just put yourself in their shoes. Like, think about where they live and where you live. And think about, like, what they drive and what you drive. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I say, like, it is our job to even think of each other before I give the last one, because
it's about each other.
Like coming from the hood, I understand it a little bit more. I understand why people do certain shit.
Yeah.
Because we talked about echo chambers on here before. We had a whole episode about echo chambers. When you're in that echo chamber, in that person's mind, this is the accepted behavior. They grew up. We talk about this a bunch about being socialized. So you believe a lot of this shit is good.
Mm-hmm.
You believe this is the way you're supposed to do shit. Mm-hmm. And from somebody on the outside looking in, they're going to be like, oh, these are criminals. These are just thugs. When it's like, no, these motherfuckers, this is all they knew. Now, I'm not even making an excuse for it, but it's not about making an excuse for it. I'm just saying I understand why it's being done. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it should be done. I'm saying understand why it's being done. And the person who tries to sit there and be like, motherfuckers just need to get over that shit, that's the person who is lacking empathy, which is a powerful pillar, right?
A very powerful pillar.
The next one, going right on top of that, is impartiality. And I think this right here is the one most people struggle with. Because I look at politics that are going on right now, the whole Donald Trump, Joe Biden shit. And I got to talk about this shit to make this point. Mm-hmm. A lot of people come to me and talk about which way I should vote. Should I vote for Trump or Biden? And the reason they tell me I should vote for him is all based on usually some emotional argument.
Yeah.
Well, Trump's a racist, and Joe Biden said some shit. Remember we found the shit where he was reading, we already got a nigger, man. We don't even need more nigger big shots. And so somebody shows me some shit like that. So I could be like, oh my.
I've been reading from a script, bro.
See, he's in Congress. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why would you say that, bro?
But I think he was reading it back. Maybe somebody else has said it.
I'm saying, bro, no, sitting in the chair too comfortable, bro.
Here's the thing.
He couldn't have said that comfortably. Like,
Here's the thing.
That shit not funny. That shit not funny.
You know
But that shit
not
funny. That shit
You know
funny.
that shit not funny, but it is funny.
That shit funny as hell. That nigga. I'm not. All right, I'm letting you go. I'm sorry.
Fuck it. We're gonna go. Let people see you.
That nigga man don't need any more nigga big shot. I'm a
Big
nigga.
shot. That's some country ass shit.
I love
That's what country ass shit. But no, what I'm saying is, right, so everybody comes to me with this emotional ass argument. You're supposed to vote for Joe Biden because this, or then they show me, oh, he's a racist. And they show me all these examples on their timeline. I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, he said this. Donald Trump, same thing. They talking about how he's a racist, and they put together this compilation of shit they find.
Yeah.
And I'm this is the problem. This is my problem. See, I edit videos. So I know I can make you believe whatever the fuck I want.
That's what
I can
I'm
take
saying.
shit out of context. I can do all this type of shit. That's why it's hard to get me to believe a lot of the conspiracy theories, because it's like they got documents, and I'm like,
I can just go take a.
I could go Photoshop a document and put some black lines over it and say, this was a government declassified document, 1967. And you'd be like, oh my God, they got the document, bro. They got it.
They told me they got the document.
I know my brother hit me one time. He showed me a story. I said, bro, I got to fact check that shit. He was like, see, you be fact checking. Yes. Because I'm impartial. I'm not going to sit here. You can't tell me. There's nobody watching, nobody around who can tell me something about another person. Nobody can come to me and say, yeah, I feel like D is this. I don't give a fuck what you feel. I'm going to go approach it from impartiality.
Yeah.
So that is what allowed me to interact with a lot of people. Yeah. I'm very tolerant of other people's beliefs. I don't necessarily even have to agree with you.
Exactly.
But I'm able to be like, I'm like, okay, yeah, shit. Maybe that shit is right.
Maybe I'm tripping.
As a business person, you have to be impartial. Exactly. I should be sitting here, well, I feel like we should just put $20,000 on that. You feel, bro?
You feel like that?
Because if we take a $20,000 loss, that's not going to feel good.
Yeah.
When you could have looked at what's in front of you. If I vote for somebody, trust me, I'm going to dig into what the fuck their policies are. Yeah. And what they do. You know why a lot of business people don't want to vote for Joe Biden?
Why?
It's because he's going to try to raise fucking corporate taxes.
Yeah, I heard.
They're going to pay a lot more.
Yeah.
And there's all these different reasons. And I'm not even saying that's a reason to not anything. I'm not making a political endorsement for anybody.
Yeah.
What I am saying is, though, if you look at this situation, I look at how many people are just caught up in the Instagram storm or the social media storm of, hey, this person said this one thing. You know what, bro? And I got to say this example. This was a funny example, right? People might get pissed off if I say this. But I got to say it. I said, the way we pick officials right now would be the equivalent of somebody coming up to you and be like, hey, man, got the new marketing director right here. Man, this dude's really good at this shit, bro. He marked his ass off. Somebody bust the room. Man, he be fucking with bitches.
Yeah.
Like, what that got to do with marketing, bro?
Yeah, he can,
like it's like, what? Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that shit?
Bring that up.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't know if he should be marketing. It's like, all
right. Now we gotta take that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But when I heard that example,
I look at. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I look at politics like sports, right?
Yeah, it is. WWE.
WWE, just fist. I'm talking about verbal abuse.
Yeah,
that's really all it is, right? And I was telling my mom the other day, I was like, listen, I don't walk around here punching people in the face for not watching the Lakers. I don't walk around here punching people in the face for not watching the Mets.
That's a good example. That's a good one.
That's what I'm saying. If I choose, if I'm not, I know. I already hear my auntie on my ass. I already hear my uncles on my ass. But the reality is, if I'm not in it, if I'm not like fucking interested in it, you can't be mad at me for that.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. If I'm not consuming it, maybe later on in life I will consume it and be extremely interested in it. But as of right now,
I'm saying, think about it like this.
Honestly.
Think about it like this. Most of us are whatever our parents were. If you're a Democrat because your parents were Democrat. If your parents were Republican, you're probably Republican. That's just the true facts.
Yeah.
The same thing like religion. You're probably the same religion as your mom.
Yeah.
Just the facts. None of us are just sitting here going, wait a minute. Now that I'm 18, let me analyze the different parties and the system, and let's just talk about the policies. What are Republicans strong on? What are Democrats good on? Should I be conservative? Should I be a libertarian? Like, nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
And because nobody's doing this, when somebody comes to me, somebody who does do shit like this, and you ask me, hey, what I think, and I should vote this way, I'm saying, based on what? And then you be like, oh, this man's an asshole, right? But here's the reality. I'm impartial.
Yeah.
I'm impartial.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna vote for the shit that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That's it. In anything.
And it's just the reality.
And we understand this in business. Why? You know why we understand this in business?
Yep.
Because if the business is not good, going back to support black business, right? You don't vote for the shit with your dollar. That's how you elect somebody.
Yeah.
Amazon is Amazon because you voted for them with your dollar.
Yep.
That's it. Their service was good enough, so you say, I'm gonna keep buying from them. They provide something for you, and they was like, you think Amazon's sitting there like, oh, don't send packages to black communities, or no?
Yeah.
He's like, your money's just as good as their money. I'm gonna send shit to all y'all.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck that man thinks.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't.
That's why people get shocked when shit comes out. Be like, you
didn't know.
You didn't know.
You didn't know.
So then also on the flip side of that, you see if somebody do something good, and your mind can't accept. You like, oh, but fuck that, because he still did. Like,
yeah.
You just want to hate them because you're holding on to your emotions. You're lacking the ability to be impartial.
Yeah, and that's the reality of it.
And I'm gonna approach everything like that. I don't care what nobody thinks, right? You could unfollow this shit right now if you don't like me being impartial. You're never gonna come to me with some shit off your emotions and make me respond.
Yeah,
it's not a friend of mine. It's nobody. I tell people all the time when I assess a business deal, when I assess a friendship, I try to assess it as impartial as possible.
Fact.
Right? I'm not void of emotion. I still have biases. All of us do.
Fact.
I have a bias towards entrepreneurship.
Facts.
I'm more like, hey, I don't want to listen to anybody. That's who I am.
Facts.
But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should go do what I'm doing based on my bias.
Think about that, though. It could be anything. That's what I'm saying. The moment it's some shit you don't fuck with, that shit horrible. But the moment it's some shit that you do fuck with, it's all good in the hood.
You want everybody to fuck with
you would. You want everybody to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But that pillar is just so important. That's all I'm thinking about. It's like, man, because anytime, this is another thing I like to tell my people. I tell all my people, like, I know I'm not technically the smartest analytical person in the world, but one thing I do know, bro, is that too much of anything can be bad for you. I go into situations sometimes knowing that I do not know the answer because I just love to go out on faith sometimes. It's like, bro, I don't want to know all of that. Don't talk to me about all that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You know why I don't want to know? Because I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to, bro. I would rather fill my brain up with some more information. I would rather.
Wouldn't you say that one time?
I would rather do that. That's all I'm saying.
I remember you used to say something when people come to you, be like, man, such and such, you'd be like, do you want me to not fuck with them because you don't fuck with them?
That's what I'm saying.
What is that about?
What is that about here? What is that honestly about? Like,
because I want y'all to always remember.
That's a lack of a pillar, bro. That's
what I'm saying. But I want y'all to always remember, I edit videos. This is a video. It's called film. What is it called? Film video editing. Fuck, I can't remember. It's in my house though.
Yeah.
My bookshelf. First book I ever read on editing, but it's not like technical. This is how you do a J cut or L cut. It's just talking about the history of film, talks about everything. And the first thing they talked about in that book was, now that you learn how to edit, you have a moral obligation not to fucking manipulate footage to make people believe shit.
Yeah.
And I see people do it all the time.
Hell
I see it all the time. And a person shows me that video, and I'm saying, bro, this is obviously manipulated. You may not know it's manipulated. So you want me to make an assessment off manipulated footage.
Yeah.
Just imagine you going up for a job.
That's a very great point, guys. Just
imagine you going up for a job. You want this shit. And I come in there with a video and say, hey, this is a video of this person.
All your weakest clips in the club, drunk with the bottle on your head.
Not only that, you was talking about something somebody else said at work. Said, yeah, I don't fuck with all these white people. And then somebody can cut that out of context.
Somebody can cut that out of context.
Cut that out of context.
Somebody can literally cut that out of context 20, 30 years from now.
Send it back.
And President's running for president. They're not going to put this part on.
They're not going to put all this shit I'm saying.
They're not going to put it on.
They're going to cut it out of context.
Exactly.
So cut your shit out of context when you said that shit and then show it to them person. He's like, and you don't get a chance to defend yourself. They just look at the video and be like, oh, fuck him. He's not getting the job. How would you feel?
You would feel hurt.
Fuck what you feel. If you come to me asking me why I'm being impartial, just remember I know that shit.
Yeah.
Just remember I know that shit.
Real
and that's
shit.
why I'm saying us as black people, we got to assess our businesses the exact same way. Is the shit good or bad? If it's bad, tell me it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck because I'm going to become better.
Yep.
Instagram exposed the reason it made 6 figures because people came and said, that shit not good, bro.
Yep.
You need to fix that.
Yep.
And we fixed it.
Every time somebody came through, because people came through and told us straight up, hey, this right here fucked up. You need to fix this. Yes, sir.
So look at them two pillars working together.
But then look, though, we had the little drift box. People always used to hit it up and say, hey, this isn't working. Bet.
And look at those pillars working together. One, we was impartial and said, instead of getting mad, getting emotional, is the shit valid? When we saw it was valid, what do? We changed the system.
Yep.
We have to have empathy to understand that if a person's spending their money with us, they're expecting a certain level of quality.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
So let's move on to the last pillar. Self-reliance. Ooh.
Yeah.
So this goes right back into that too. Having your own fucking mind.
Yeah.
I saw some shit the other day which fucked me up. And I didn't fuck with this. They said that there was a job that was like, you had self-reliance was a white trait. See, it's stupid shit like this to me, right? Like, what the hell? You should have your own mind. Doesn't matter if you want to be a part of something or join a group, but I'm saying you should do it for your own reasons.
Yeah.
If you join an organization, do it for your own reasons.
No cap.
That's all it is. It's not that you can't be a part of an organization. You got to always be this independent person who either fuck everybody.
That's what college taught me, though. That's one of the most valuable skills college taught me was to be your own person. Because what it taught me was, because you know, in high school, you're such in the front, like just a tight ass area. It's not that many people that you can interact with.
Yeah.
But college, so you start to feel like you boxed in, like you don't fit in.
For sure.
But college, what college exposes you to is like a whole new world of people from different places. So like if you just, the cheat code that I found out in college was that if you just project who you are, sign up for the stuff that you are interested in, you know what I'm saying? Then the people will flock to you in droves because you own what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was people that was deemed lame that was in the band, but it was also people that was deemed stars that was in the band.
Yeah.
Because they owned it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? They owned the shit.
I joined the fraternity.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I joined it for my reasons. My brother had joined. I didn't join for him. I joined for my reasons. And when I got into it, I can show you clips of shit we did. That's the first time I ever did a movie that marketed something. A lot of the videos we do right now came from that. Yeah. A lot of marketing ideas. We created a whole reality show. This is way back in the day. This is when YouTube was first getting started. I made it my own. I joined for my reasons. I've seen all the crazy shit out online about these fraternities and shit like that, and I said, okay, whatever, believe what you want. You're on the outside looking in, and you're gonna believe something, some clip put up from somebody on the outside. Yeah. But the reality is this. All I'm telling you is that me, no matter if I'm a part of an organization or not, I'm still gonna be me. I'm gonna be P. Yeah. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. I'm self-reliant. Yeah. But at the same time, we work as a team. Yeah. That he's his own independent man, but we come together as a team. Yeah. It's the concept they call in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People as interdependence. Yeah. Which means that you your own independent person, but when we come together, we can make something way grander than we could have made apart.
It's like 11 people.
Exactly.
It's like if he's one, I'm one, but you bring us together, it's like 11. It's not.
That's exactly the analogy they had now. 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 = 11. Think about the multiplication there.
Think about that.
And the thing is, I think that's what really pisses me off is because we lack a lot of these pillars. In the beginning of this book, and I think I got the quote somewhere. It's on my phone, but I'm going to try to paraphrase it. But it said, prosperity rests on a moral foundation. It's popularly supposed it rests on an immoral foundation. A greater realization of prosperity can only come from a greater realization of moral principles among the leadership that a community is comprised of. There's like greater laws, which everybody's looking for laws and legislation, cannot give prosperity to or prevent the ruin of a community that has become lax in moral foundation. And the basic point they were making in the book is that when you see a bird outside and they build them a nest, they put it in between 2 trees because they know that no matter how windy it gets, if it's in the middle of that little tree,
it ain't going nowhere.
It's not going nowhere. You got to build your whole life with moral principles and a foundation. If you build it with a good foundation of moral principles, nothing can disrupt your temple of prosperity.
Exactly.
I came up from nothing, started from the bottom. I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house, 2 penthouse, yeah.